Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Beyond the Brokenness. If you have been holding on to truth that your story isn't over yet, this is where it gets real. Because believing it is one thing, but living in the middle of it is another.
Right. Because the middle is where things feel quiet. Nothing is moving, nothing is changing, and you start wondering if God is still working at all.
And that's exactly why this conversation matters. Because the waiting season can challenge your faith in ways you didn't expect. God is still working, even in the silence.
One of the hardest parts about waiting on God is the silence. You're praying, but nothing seems to shift.
And yet, silence can feel like distance, but it's not the same thing. Just because you don't hear God clearly doesn't mean He's not present.
Sometimes God is working in ways you can't immediately see. He's aligning things, protecting things, and preparing things behind the scenes.
And what feels like delay might actually be divine protection. God is not ignoring you, He's preparing you for something that requires timing, not urgency. Faithfulness in the middle matters. The waiting season tests something very specific, your consistency. Will you still trust God when nothing changes?
Because it's easy to trust God when things are moving, but the middle is where faith gets real. That's where it's not about feelings, it's about commitment.
That's true. And in that season, you may not be able to control outcomes. We all would really love to, but we
Mhm.
can't control your faithfulness.
You can still pray, you can still worship, you can still show up even when it feels like nothing is happening. And that matters more than you realize. God is building who you need to be. Mm.
Work on me, Lord.
We think we're just waiting for something to change outside of us, but God is also changing something inside of us.
Because what you're waiting for requires who you're becoming. If the situation changed too early, you might not be ready for it yet.
And that's hard to accept because we want the promise without the process. Amen.
I am guilty. But God is building endurance, patience, and spiritual strength in you this season, not to delay you, but to develop you. So if you're in the waiting season right now, don't assume God has stopped working.
And don't let silence convince you that your story is stuck or finished.
My God. You are still in a story that God is actively writing. Is that exciting? Even here, even now.
And what feels like waiting is still part of something greater unfolding. Your story isn't over yet, and God is still writing every part of it.
Amen.
Amen. If this message has been a blessing to you, like, comment, subscribe, and share.